So the jury meeting together on January the 23rd, 2023 in the headquarters of the BBVA Foundation, Madrid, Spain, has resolved to grant the BBVA Foundation Frontiers of Knowledge Award in the Biology and Biomedicine category in its 15th edition to Dr. David Baker, University of Washington and Howard Hughes Medical Institute, Dr. Demis Hassabis, DeepMind, and Dr. John Jumper, also DeepMind, for their contributions to the use of artificial intelligence for the accurate prediction of the three-dimensional structure of proteins from their primary amino acid sequence. Dr. Baker developed Rosetta Fold, while Dr. Hassabis and Dr. Jumper created AlphaFold. Both computing methods rely on a sophisticated machine learning technique known as deep learning to predict the shape of proteins with unprecedented accuracy, similar to experimentally determined structures, and with exceptional speed. This breakthrough is revolutionizing our understanding of how the amino acid sequence of proteins leads to unique ordered three-dimensional structures. It has already reduced the number of proteins for which no structural data is available to just a few. Scientists are now using these methods to predict protein conformations, understand protein complexes, design entirely new proteins, and identify novel drug targets.
Could you first define what Rosetta Fold is and explain its importance as a tool for biomedical research?
Rosetta Fold is a computer program for predicting the structures of naturally occurring proteins and designing completely new proteins. The importance is that new proteins can be improved medicines, and so there are many new and exciting medical applications. For example, creating new vaccines or new cancer treating medications. We've now extended Rosetta Fold to be able to create new proteins from simple text prompts in the same way that DALL-E can generate images from simple text prompts. So for example, you can tell Rosetta Fold, design a protein which blocks this flu virus protein, or design a protein which will block these cancer cells. Rosetta Fold will then make those proteins. We've made them in the lab, and we find that they have exactly those functions. So this opens up a whole new approach to making new medicines.
What are the most important biomedical advances that have already been accomplished by the application of this technology?
Well, protein design has already enabled the creation of new vaccines, which are actually used in people now, notably a coronavirus vaccine that's in use in Korea and will be in use in broader parts of the world. It's created new cancer medications which are being tested in human clinical trials, as well as a wide variety of other medicines which are either in clinical trials now or on their way there. For example, a nasal spray for COVID and other respiratory viruses. Rosetta Fold, by greatly speeding up and improving the design process, will lead to a whole new host of vaccines and therapeutics.
Looking into the future development of this artificial intelligence tool, what clinical applications do you foresee that it could be able to achieve?
We believe that almost all of medicine will be transformed by the protein design revolution. Most medicines today are made by making small modifications to the proteins which already exist in nature. Now that we can design completely new proteins, we can design much more improved, much more sophisticated medicines that, for example, can treat cancer without the side effects, be made very quickly upon the outbreak of a new pandemic, and in general be more precise and more robust, and also we believe much cheaper to manufacture, bringing down the cost of medicine considerably.
How are the artificial intelligence tools developed at DeepMind, such as AlphaFold, contributing to the field of biomedical research?
AlphaFold has already made a huge impact on biological research in quite a short space of time. We know that over 1 million researchers have used the structures predicted by AlphaFold in their research, and pretty much every pharma company in the world has been using AlphaFold in their drug discovery programs.
What are the most important biomedical applications you can foresee for AlphaFold in the coming years?
We've already seen AlphaFold being applied to a huge range of problems. Some of the things we're most excited about is it being used for drug discovery, for example, to combat antibiotic resistance or to try and find cures for diseases like malaria. We're also really excited how it's being used for sustainability. For example, some researchers are using it for developing plastic heating enzymes to help with pollution or with crop sustainability in the face of climate change.
Could you explain how AlphaFold 2 is capable of predicting the structure of natural proteins and can aid the design of entirely new ones?
So AlphaFold is a deep learning system, which means it combines a core set of building blocks called its architecture with external data to learn general principles that link protein sequence to protein structure. So AlphaFold uses this incredible public data resource of the Protein Data Bank, but the real innovation comes in how we develop new building blocks to build physical and geometric principles of proteins into the core architecture of the system, and that enables it to learn dramatically more efficiently from existing data. This system has been used both by experimental biologists predicting the structure of many natural proteins, but also biologists who are developing new novel proteins that use the same principles of protein structure, but now to develop for purposes not seen in nature.
In what ways does this technology demonstrate the power of artificial intelligence in the field of biomedicine?
So I think AlphaFold represents really a powerful first example of how deep learning is able to capture the complexity of biological systems and really develop mathematical understandings of extraordinarily complex things. We've been so successful at developing our understanding of gravity and quantum mechanics and all these other things, simple principles, but it's very, very difficult to handle the extraordinary complexity that you see in a living cell. And really, I think AlphaFold is one of the first examples that we're able to capture that complexity in really important cases for really important problems, and I think it will be kind of a signpost of the things to come in this area.